So, Dalton, my last standout is a guy that Malik Williams was the second highest graded quarterback this week. The first was Arch Manning. Arch Manning with a 94.2 grade against Mississippi State in a 35-14 win. Trevor Sikkema was actually in attendance for that game. Arch Manning, 26 for 31, 335 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 picks, 3 big-time throws, 0 turnover-worthy plays, 93.3% adjusted completion rate. He also ran 5 times for 34 yards and a touchdown. A really nice bounce-back game for Arch after a 57.4 grade against Louisiana Monroe last week. Now Texas, they have a bye week, and then they play Oklahoma, and then they play Georgia. So he's really handled Quinn Ewers' injury really well. And Dalton, I think we both agree this is Quinn Ewers' job. This is like when he gets back, this is Quinn Ewers' job.
Still no controversy?
No, there's no controversy. I don't want to hear any about that. There's no controversy. But I think we should talk about Arch Manning for a little bit because this is a huge story right now. How confident are you in this guy now going forward? Like if Quinn Ewers once again gets hurt, or even next year when Arch Manning is presumably the quarterback for Texas next year, how confident after these first couple starts are you in this kid now?
Extremely.
Yeah.
I mean, what more can you say? I mean, he's dropping dimes all over the place, and he can run. I mean, we have
more than any Manning has ever run before.
That's the one thing. That's the one thing.
Maybe Archie, because Archie ran around a little bit.
That's a long time ago.
Yeah.
He ran around a lot, but that's a long time
Yeah.
ago. Look, this is it's just. I think to just say it out loud is fun. There is a Manning that can run. Like this is we have a dual threat Manning. Mm-hmm. And he's really good. And you talk about, and it's not just that he can run. Some of these throws he was making yesterday. There was even one to the deep post that was dropped.
Oh, wide open. It was dropped,
I mean, but he just.
Well, not wide open. It's a perfect throw.
It's not just that he's good, okay? And getting these reps is fantastic. You walk into next year. And Texas, look, they have a lot of guys that are going to leave again this year. Kelvin Banks, Isaiah Bond's going to get drafted. You know, got some veteran guys. But with Arch Manning and with Steve Sarkisian, you still feel like they're going to walk into next year as national title contenders. Absolutely. Does he? I mean, is there is a chance that next year, even walking in off of the 2 starts that we've seen plus a little bit more action, that he's the best quarterback in college football next year? That he's going to be no, really. He's gonna,
I know. That's going to be a nightmare for us to rank quarterbacks
because
based off 2
who
starts.
else that's staying? Raiola's like going to be in the conversation.
Nico
is obviously in there. There's some other hidden guys. A guy like Thomas Castellanos got a lot better.
Yeah.
There's some young guys, but I mean, this is is he going to be the Heisman front runner walking into next year?
He might be, man.
Unless we get a receiver, one of these receivers.
He might be.
It really. You talk about the arm, the feet, the poise, the Manning, the everything. What have we seen so far that we can sit here and go, like, what's missing?
Yeah.
And honestly, here's a question. Let's just say Quinn against Oklahoma got hurt. Like, if there was a season-ending injury, they could still just win a national title with Manning.
Yeah, they could.
This is the best quarterback.
So you're with me though? Like is Quinn Ewers'
No,
job?
it's Quinn Ewers' job.
Okay.
Brought him to the Final Four last year. It's Quinn Ewers' job.
That Michigan game too.
Yeah, and Quinn was playing great. But if Manning was in there, I don't think I'd feel any different about their national title chances.
No, I wouldn't either.
Which are right now fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean, just he's the total package, and everything we heard about him being the number 1 recruit in the country or whatever, and being a Manning, and this is coming, and Texas got him, and it's the biggest thing ever. Now it's just true, and it's not just speculation. We've seen through full games, and again, is Mississippi State the greatest competition?
No, not Louisiana Monroe.
Is your legacy going to be decided by games against Mississippi State? No, but is there anything? Do we have any reason to doubt right now that he is? I mean, do we think, even though we've only seen him a little bit, is he the best quarterback in college football walking into next year?
Might be. He might. We'll see how the rest of the year plays out, but he might be. The one thing I'll say about him, though, and I know we're hyping up a lot, and he deserves it, but he played UTSA, he played Louisiana Monroe, and he played Mississippi State.
When it's time to be dominant, be dominant.
Yeah.
And
no, that's true.
And it's
but
he
hasn't played a real.
And for that to be your first 3 starts of your career, that's why even like Dylan Raiola, right? First game against UTEP. Okay, I don't care. That's a true freshman playing.
No, yeah.
That's a true freshman playing his first game. He was dominant.
Yeah,
I'm in.
No, I get it. I'm just saying, like that. What I'm ultimately saying,
if he came out in these games and he graded like a 65 and he kind of looked like a young kid or a backup.
Louisiana Monroe wasn't great last week though. He had like a 60 grade last week, 57.4.
Okay,
but he bounced back.
Fight through it, come back, and he's the highest graded quarterback in the country this week in an SEC game. Okay, it's Mississippi State. Cool. Still an SEC game.
No.
And you're talking about, no, this keeps Texas. When we talk about national title contenders next spring and next year, keeps Texas right.
So it's Quinn Ewers' job, because Quinn Ewers, I think, has proven against really amazing defenses that he can tear them up. However, is there a question mark now in the Oklahoma game with a great defense? Is there a leash?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
Not unless it's really.
Yeah, it's got to really.
It would
come
have
off
to be like disastrously bad. I don't. If you're just talking like, hey, he's struggling a little, no.
Yeah.
It would have to be like, hey, he just threw 4 picks in the first quarter or something.
Okay.
It would have to be that bad.
So there's no leash on Quinn Ewers then.
No,
Okay.
I wouldn't.
I think I'm with that too.
I think Steve Sarkisian just.
And
I think he just sleeps better than any other coach in the country right now, knowing he's got
far the best.
Knowing he's got those two guys. Yeah.
I think honestly, too, the thing about it is I know so many people want Arch to start. I don't know if Arch and his family want him to start. They went into it like knowing, hey, no, this is the year, just like take another year. And like they are very committed to his development. And they've said time, like even Pat McAfee on game day said, hey, I talked to the Manning family and I said, oh, is there a controversy? Like, do you guys want? And they're like, no, this is Quinn Ewers' job.
You see it in the NFL more often than college. You don't want a quarterback in there before he's ready.
Yeah.
I'm not saying Arch isn't ready. Maybe he is. But if you have a chance to make sure of it, right?
Yeah.
As opposed to, this is what the Pats are doing with Drake May. This is what the Falcons are doing with Michael Penix. Having a quarterback out there before he's ready can sink your entire program. And
what I really respected what they said to Pat McAfee was they told him, you don't lose a job because you got hurt. You don't lose a job because you got hurt.
Yeah.
So I respect that. So I think it really is an outside thing saying Arch Manning should start. I don't even think
it speaks to the culture Sarkisian's built there.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so unreal. Arch Manning has been unbelievable. And what's so funny, Dalton, I've talked to Trevor about this before, was like, dude, he's a backup. Dante Moore, who's a number 2 quarterback in that class, is a backup. Like Trevor's job in summer and our job in ranking quarterbacks for next year is going to be impossible, being like, well, they didn't start last year, but also they could be the number 1 overall pick in the draft. So it's a very weird conversation. We're gonna watch a lot of garbage time tape with Dante Moore and Arch Manning just to get an idea. Arch Manning at least has a couple of starts.
But Arch has a couple of starts.
Yeah,
I think that does matter. Having some front to back starts in there is like, okay, that's real.
But I'm just saying, usually it's funny because usually the top quarterbacks going into the draft in summer are guys that started the whole year. And it's like, no, a lot of the guys are backups right now. So it's going to be a really interesting debate over who the top guys are right now. So, yeah, Arch Manning has been unbelievable. Best backup in the country by a mile. But both of us are still saying at least that it is still Quinn Ewers' job when he returns. And it should be in a couple weeks after this bye week against Oklahoma in the Red River rivalry.